There's weird blind spots, but I know for a fact I've streamed here for like the whole way before. I don't know if you can hear all the birds because of the voice limiter, but there's like some birds. But you know, if you go out into the world, like you're just that much more likely to find out, you know, new things about yourself and new things about the world. You might meet more people. So I think like a lot of the times people are afraid to just leave the house. I think because, you know, they're afraid of like, oh, well, you know, what's the point? You know, like, you know, I don't have anything planned, so I may as well just stay home and play League. You know, it's like you already know how that story ends. You know, it's like you kind of, not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just like if you already know what to expect and you want something different, that's really the key, is if you want something different. If you don't want something different, well, I think then it's like, you know, then you're good. But like most likely that's not the case. I think most people want something different. We might also have a better stable connection if I attach to the charger, but I don't really think so. I think it's more like just I think it's more just the connection. Now let's kind of sit here for a bit. I don't want my phone to knock over into the abyss here. I can kind of set my phone down here, but it might fall. She's very likely to fall. I don't want that. Okay. Well, maybe we can. Okay. Hello, welcome back. Yeah, we're gonna just chill here for a bit. Um, okay. Okay. Yeah. Um, oh, I'm gonna take a little bit of a breather. This is actually fun. Some water. Yeah, I think I need to go to go to Safeway at some point to get some protein bars. I think there's people over there. We might need to keep going. Okay, we should be good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just took like a small breather. Just the thing about backpacking is like you can't really I mean, you don't want to really overdo it. You want to take small breaks. Get some water. I don't really know who I am when I'm not oversharing. It's kind of an issue I'm having. Is I only really know how to exist by sharing like personal details, and it's like I've run out of information. Like I don't know, it's like you go live and you just keep talking, and eventually I kind of run out of stuff to talk about. And I'm like, okay, well now that I've run that into the ground, um, since I'm not gonna like just start drama with people, um, we gotta find, things about life that are more kind of more normal, I guess. And like I just kind of finding out I don't particularly have anything going on with my life. Like it's kind of it's not really my fault. Like there's only so much I can do with the situation I've been in. And so that's why I was like every time I would go live pretty much only talking about stuff I was struggling with. And it's like when that's the case, it's like what are you really supposed to do, you know? But at least I try. It's like I was saying earlier, it's like if you don't have much going on in your life, the longer you put it off, the harder it's going to be. Because I've seen people like they wait until they're like, they just stay and do nothing with their life for like decades. And it's like, oh, but the world wore me down and it's everyone else's fault. And it's like, well, you could have like gone out and tried. And they're like, oh, but I don't have anything going on. It's like, well, then you go out and you try anyway, and you look for opportunities. It's like you may not get those opportunities, but at the very least, like you can go out and try. And I don't know, it's just never going to be fully what you want or fully what you expect, but at least it's going to be real. I found that out about myself. And now it's like I went through my personal struggles and I still got more, but it's not interesting to other people. It was only really important for me. And it's like, yeah, maybe I have insights to share to make content. That's what I've been working on with my writing, like for my blog articles. Oh, I need to be careful. I got some issue with my toe. I don't want to injure my toe. I don't know what's going on. Let's head back. Um, so I think we need to kind of like stay like kind of close. I mean, I got like glucose tablets. I try not to rely on those, but I, okay, like, yeah, I know for a fact the connection stays pretty stable on this trail because I've done a whole stream along this whole path. I think like yeah, it does cut out like more towards Sebastopol, but yeah, I don't know. Um, there's really nothing to be afraid of. I think like sometimes I get like paranoid about things, but it's like that's also part of it. It's like yeah, I mean if I go too far, what if I get an injury? That's like especially with like my toe right now. Like I don't know what's going on with my toe. Let me just make sure I walk easier. Yeah, we're gonna stay nearby. Um, and I do think I need to go to Safeway at some point. I mean, Sebastopol's kind of a small town, but like, there's a lot of areas that we're not going to go to. Um, Sonoma County is pretty damn expensive, um, but it's where all my resources are right now. So like, I could either risk going somewhere else and not really making anything happen, or I could stay here and make something happen, and then maybe I'll be better equipped to leave. Like that's a thing. Maybe it's pretty normal to feel like you don't really have a personality. 'Cause I think it's like I end up feeling like I think there's like this fantasy that like oh other people are more exciting, they're living more exciting lives, and it's like even people who are like objectively living like quote unquote exciting lives, I doubt it's as exciting as it seems. Like in the end of the day, like we're all kind of have the same generic situation, and I think it's like what we choose to do with it, and it's really genuinely hard. Like it's genuinely hard to be entertaining to other people. So I think it's just like I'm not respecting the skill gap. Like, but I have to at least try. And I don't know, maybe it's like you have to kind of like question like maybe it's because I'm not quite. Well, maybe the connection is because of the overcast. I don't know. Sun seems to be coming out a little bit. I think it's like I'm underestimating how much effort goes into being entertaining. And I think like, just going out and just being in the environment where you're more likely to succeed. I think that's like really important because like I said, it's so easy to just give up. Like it's so easy to just say, it's never going to work out, so I may as well not try. And it's like, well, you're never going to get there if you don't try. So even if it's like nobody's watching your live stream, some people are, you guys are. Um, I don't expect people to be like watching and being entertained. Like I, I, I I would like to do better. Like I think that's like, I think that's what's important to remember is that it's not about being objectively good at something. It's like there's like a constant of trying to do better through trying and failing. And I know people talk about that all the time. People are always like, you gotta try and fail and then learn from it. And it's like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty generic advice. It's definitely the right way, but like it doesn't really tell you much. The specifics are something you have to kind of find out as you go. And it's really kind of depending on your situation, it could be really difficult or it could be really easy sometimes, or at least in some ways. I don't know. It's like I've seen people who just like they seem to have everything kind of opened up for them. Like they have mentorship. They've never had any severe like like issues with people. With like me, it's like I don't really know how to find a mentor. I'm waiting for North Bay Regional Center to start up services. And it's frustrating me because it's like I'm relying on strangers to help me live a better life. But I have to try, even though it's scary and they're all strangers. What's the alternative? I kind of have to surrender to the process. And, I'm going to like find like, there might be like places we can go over the summer, like I also don't really have to like break the bank either, just like try to find, if I can just like over time, like just, like for now, just going out with my selfie stick, doing a random, like no effort. Well, I mean, I am doing effort. I mean, I'm out with a backpack. Um, I think it's just like, it doesn't even matter if like I'm making good content or not. I think it's just like I am going through something that has benefited me. Like I am getting like really good exercise. I'm outside. I'm also like practicing the lifestyle of being a vlogger or live streamer. So it's like if I'm gonna do it, I need to do it. Like, like if like don't. Yeah, this is the Joe Rodota Trail. Hopefully, I don't get ganked. Well, it's like in the middle of the day. You just don't want to come out here at night. You're not supposed to anyway. It's a like a public park basically. But there are like random homeless people. But I think most of the time, as long as you're not like instigating people, I think most people are actually pretty kind. Like they're kind of just surviving. And it's like just don't harass people. And I think most people will keep to themselves. I think it's just like if you go out of your way to harass people, you're probably going to get problems. And I think most people kind of understand. Obviously there's always going to be people who are like bad people, but I don't know. It's the risk you got to take. You got to when you leave the house, especially if you're live streaming. Um, but I don't know. Like I've taken care of myself for a very long time. It's a little different now because I mean I don't know. I think I'm pretty subdued, especially if I'm in like kind of just hiking status. Um, honestly, I do feel like I'm maybe more of a target now that I present more female, but I try not to think about it because it's like I've been in Sonoma County my whole life. I'm probably more equipped than anybody who would potentially do something bad. Like, I know my way around this place. And also, I'm very connected to like the institution here, like the police. Like, they know who I am. Um, if anybody were to do something to me, they would like go to jail like immediately. Like, I am like literally like lock and step connected to the institutions in Sonoma County area, San Francisco area. And they know I'm a streamer. So it's like, I feel like you just got to keep yourself, it's like there's kind of safety in being like very visible. There's obviously safety in anonymity most of the time, being subdued and not getting in people's faces, obviously. But I feel like there is like another kind of safety that's like if you just put yourself out there, you have more eyeballs looking at you. And it's more like a game of chess. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I mean, look, like there's people who are like president of the United States. Obviously, they have a lot of protection, but at the same time, like there are a lot of people in history who have been public figures. And as long as you're not an asshole, you probably won't really get hurt. Like, just be a kind person. I generally think I stay out of other people's way. I feel like if you start getting in people's business, people are going to probably have a problem with you, but I don't really do that. Oh, it seems to be like a very light sprinkling going on. And we got another sculpture. And there's a sculpture here. It's like a Black Lives Matter thing. I don't know if everything is symbolic. Like this is like a chain, ball and chain. That's like a stick that goes through your hand, I guess. And then that's a bleeding heart, I think. Yeah, I don't understand symbology all the time, or not symbology, but like symbolism, like all the time. Yeah, it's the Joe Rodota Regional Trail. Kind of a nice long straight stretch. It goes all the way to Santa Rosa, and then you have to go over to a different trail if you want to. Like there's a Santa Rosa Creek Trail that connects through Santa Rosa. I don't know if there's a trail that goes all the way to Sonoma. You'd have to go on the roads. But at that point, the roads are so rural that it kind of it's basically like a trail on its own, you know. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna head towards Safeway, and I'm gonna have to mute you and put you in the backpack when I get there. I mean, this is good. This is way better than just staying in my room and crying in my room. Oh, this is like a kind of like a museum piece. Like, this is obviously not connected to any train tracks. This is a historical train car, the Pacific Fruit Express.